It was just after 9 a.m. when the housekeeping supervisor at the Riverside Grand Hotel in Chicago knocked on room 409. No answer. She tried again. Still silence. Finally, she unlocked the door with her master key. Inside, everything was spotless, almost too spotless. The bedspread was tucked in sharply, as though no one had slept in it. The air smelled faintly of lavender from the hotel's standard air freshener. But then she noticed the details. A black leather suitcase, half unzipped, still filled with clothes. A pair of shoes neatly placed by the closet. A laptop charging on the desk. Screen still glowing faintly. And on the nightstand, a wallet containing several crisp $100 bills and 2 credit cards. Guests don't leave everything behind like that. The name on the reservation was Samuel Adams, 42, a financial auditor from Washington, D.C. He had checked in just 2 days earlier, and now he was gone. Security pulled the CCTV tapes. At 10:12 p.m. the night before, Samuel was seen entering the elevator in the lobby. He pressed a button for the 4th floor. When the doors opened, he stepped out. That was the last time anyone saw him. There was no footage of him leaving the hotel. No cab ride recorded. No late-night visitor. He had simply vanished. Detective Irene Matthews was called to the scene. She began with the staff. The night clerk remembered Samuel clearly. He was polite, the clerk said. Asked me if the building had a service stairwell. I told him yes, but it's not for guests. He just smiled and walked away. The bellhop gave a different detail. Around midnight, he swore he saw Samuel pacing the corridor of the 4th floor, a small notebook in his hand. He looked nervous, ma'am. Kept checking over his shoulder. But when I checked the cameras, nothing. He wasn't there. Detective Matthews went through Samuel's belongings. The notebook was filled with numbers, names, and what looked like bank account codes. Cross-checking them revealed connections to a construction company under federal investigation for fraud and money laundering. Samuel wasn't just an ordinary guest. He was a whistleblower. He had been scheduled to testify in 2 weeks. Still, the disappearance made no sense until Detective Matthews examined the stairwell camera. On the 4th floor, the feed had gone dark just after 10 p.m. The maintenance log showed it was disabled by an employee named D. O'Connor, but when she checked the hotel's records, no such person had ever worked there. And then came the forensic sweep. The stairwell door handle carried faint traces of chloroform. Digging deeper, Matthews discovered another chilling connection. 3 years earlier, a journalist investigating corrupt contracts vanished at the same hotel. He had also been last seen near the stairwell. His case was quietly buried. 2 disappearances. Same hotel, same method. It wasn't coincidence. Detective Matthews walked the service stairwell herself. The echo of her footsteps rang out on the concrete steps. At the bottom, instead of leading only to maintenance rooms, she found an unmarked steel exit. The kind staff would never show guests. Outside that door was a narrow alley with no cameras. A perfect blind spot. Whoever had taken Samuel knew exactly where to move him without leaving a trace. Officially, the case remains unsolved. The hotel denied everything. The stairwell camera was repaired. And Samuel's file was quietly closed. But whispers say his notebook is still out there, that it holds proof of names, numbers, and accounts powerful people never wanted exposed. And some claim that even now, if you walk past a Riverside Grand at night, you might hear hurried footsteps in the stairwell, followed by silence. Because at the Riverside Grand Hotel, some guests check in, but not all of them check out. Man Detective question for viewers. Do you think Samuel was a victim of a professional hit? Or was there something even stranger at play inside that stairwell? Drop your theories below. And the next time you're in a hotel, pay attention to the doors no one talks about.